Yeah, so we went in depth a little bit on the defense and their outstanding game Friday. Now let's shift gears, move over to the offense. Guess they started out pretty well. There were several drives there. It was nice to finally see the coming out party for Deion Burks and Bauer Sharp. How nice was that to see, Rob?
Yeah, you know, Bauer's been getting a ton of hype since fall, and I'm always one to like, hey, I don't like to get on the hype train. I like to see it. I'm on the hype train now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's definitely they've definitely got a connection between the two of them. They're feeling each other out on the zone and everything, and when to break off routes and stuff. Saw a couple of that, and you know, Jake Roberts missing some time is probably limited to him getting that time with JFA to figure that out. But yeah, Bauer, uh, yeah, I think he might, if you're banged up at receiver, and you've got a tight end that can take some of those that receiving production, alleviated a little bit. Why not lean on the running backs that seem to be deep now, and then the tight end group that seems to be looking pretty good. Our receivers were down three of our top five
Hmm.
to start the year, and now you got to lean on Bauer Sharp and Taylor Tatum and Javante Barnes. So I think that's probably this one of the stories. I guess is the tight end group coming back and the
Hmm.
running backs looking good. Yeah, so I was impressed with what I was seeing with the connection between JFA and Bauer. I'm officially on the hype train now.
Yeah, they look good. They look good. Just seeing Bauer kind of veer off on that touchdown, that just looked like two guys playing ball
Now,
and just kind of reading the.
so I'm gonna bring this up. So I was watching the game, obviously, and I immediately saw this play. I'll let it come up. But yeah, that play where it was a split option PA boot,
Hmm.
wherever you want to call it.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll get into uh, give me some more of your thoughts on what you saw out of the offense.
No, I'm totally in agreement with you on the tight end room and the running back room for that part. The
This one
yeah,
right here,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that was such a
So
great
watch
play.
this. So here, this little PA boot, right? He's gonna fake it's like fake a
Hmm.
read to the defensive end. He's
Hmm.
gonna fake the block to the defensive end. He's gonna slip out. He's gonna go drift, 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 find the open zone and get the touchdown. Why does this look familiar, Brad?
It, oh, I
Why does this
don't
look
know.
familiar? Oh, what's this? 2022 North Texas.
Okay, you found the exact play. This is great.
Here's the motion. Who's that's? Oh, it's a. Is this Jake Roberts in the same play from 2 years ago?
That's
Wow.
funny.
Yeah, I saw. That,
That's
I was like,
funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Wow.
Well, so this offense that we saw on Friday night
Hmm.
is not the veer and shoot. This is not a veer and shoot offense. This is not Baylor's scheme. This is not Tennessee. I
Hmm.
said, like, when we were doing the Seth Littrell episode, I'm really intrigued and interested as to what offense we're going to see. What kind of, like, what are we going to actually get? Because Seth Littrell is not from the Bryles tree,
Right.
and Levy is, but Littrell's not. Joe John Finley is technically not. I mean, he worked under Levy, but he didn't. He hasn't played called plays. This is technical. I mean, all this stuff that we're seeing is kind of like a blend. And I won't even say a blend of the two. It's very similar to the 2022 North Texas. Like there's a lot of to take away
Yeah.
from that breakdown that we did about a month ago. So
Yeah.
go
No.
ahead.
Yeah. The tight end tight end room. Jake Roberts. Didn't get a lot of passes or anything like that. It was the Bauer Sharp show. But what was funny is every time we'd complete a pass to Bauer Sharp, I'm like, yes, completed pass to Blake Bell. He's just out there wearing number 10, and I just can't help but think of the Belldozer before his quarterback days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But heck, if he's another Blake Bell, I'm cool with that. Just to clinch.
Yeah.
Got him.
Bauer's going to be a good tight end. Like he's moving really well, and the way uh, I mean, you even saw it with a couple of incompletions to Jake Roberts. Jackson Arnold went up to Jake and was like, "No, I need you right here. Like I need you right here." And then like the next drive, or maybe it was 2 drives later, Bauer runs a similar play and sits in the zone. Like he slowed down purposefully, sat down. Arnold just slinged it to him right in that spot. And I'm like, yeah, I think Bauer's just got that. He's got the practice time with him, and he knows what Arnold wants him to be. So, and that goes a
Yeah.
long way to getting onto the field. So,
Yeah. You mentioned the running backs. There's a couple of running backs that stood out to me. I think we only got good run from maybe 4 of them. Um, I felt like Barnes and Tatum are the two that stood out to me this game of the two.
yes,
I
yeah,
know Sawchuk and Franklin. Franklin had a nice run there, that long run as
yes,
well. So I don't want to
yeah,
like pretend the other guys didn't have a good game, but yeah, Barnes and Tatum. I've been pushing the Tatum thing for a while. Just we've needed one of those freshmen to come in and flash a little bit. I know it was
hmm
Temple, but I like what I see at him already. And Barnes definitely looks like a different person. Healthy, he looks stronger, just runs harder. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yep.
I like the looks of them too. What was your take on those guys?
Well, I think here. Let me. I've got some run game as well. So let me get that up real quick. So I think early running backs. Um, Barnes definitely has his pep in his step, man. Like he is running full on aggressive. His momentum's forward. He's not. He's seeing it and hitting the hole quick. Probably the biggest separators right now between Tatum and Barnes and the other running backs is their consistent ability to make the first person miss. Like and if they might not, you know, they might not be plowing through people, but they're making guys miss. Like Tatum on his some of his big runs in the second half, he was showing some wiggle, man.
Yeah,
In Barnes, we're gonna and if you've got an offensive line that's rebuilding and play to play, it might not be as clean. You need a running back that's got the vision and the aggression to hit the hole hard, fall forward, or make the guys miss something. And so I think that's one of the seeing Barnes and Tatum both making some guys miss. Here's Salchuk. I think Salchuk had a down day. Salchuk was
yeah.
he missed a pass pro block.
Mhm.
He was pass proing and he missed a block and got hit Jackson hit. He was a little bit timid when he got the ball when it was the offensive line. Yes, they could have blocked it better, but there was still a hole there. Like there's still a path. And I thought Tatum and Barnes were really having a great day. And I'm really surprised by Tatum. When we first got him, I thought, I thought he was going to be outside guy looking in. Tatum's playing like a kid that might, easily could get a start. I mean, like get a start here by Texas or something. I mean, like there's potential there to be a starter. So, I would, we went from last year beginning the year we went beginning last year after fall camp with all these running backs hampered with injuries,
Mhm.
and now we've got at least 3 deep. And Franklin looked pretty good. He's a lot
Yeah,
bigger than I thought.
he is.
Franklin was
He
a lot
is.
bigger.
No, I think we're 4 deep. I think Tatum and Franklin are kind of like 3 and 3, 3B,
Yeah.
3A and three
Yep.
B or whatever right now. If I
Yeah.
were
Sure.
putting like a depth chart on it, but um,
There he is.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah, that was.
lot bigger than I thought he
I
was.
was,
Because they
yeah, I
kept.
was. I felt like he could have juked that guy a little better there
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, if he was really wanting to score. But um, yeah,
Like,
I
see this when you've got a deep running back group, you can start getting into this 21 personnel here.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you saw two backs in the backfield? You got to go back to like
Years.
Keenan Mixon. Like it's
Yeah.
been a long time since I've seen this.
2016.
Yeah, I mean
I
this is
don't know.
great. Like
Yeah.
this is awesome. I mean, if your receivers need a little bit of time because they're all banged up and need to get healthy, then go to 21. You got Cade McTwire down here, and the Y over here, and then you've got two backs in the backfield. I mean, there's all kinds of. I love that. This is actually one. I was thinking about breaking down this play, but this is awesome. I mean, the misdirection that you can run, and if you can get some GT counter going,
Mm-hmm.
and you got some two backs split back, you can do some crazy misdirection stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with Burks in the screen game. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with that.
I'm a big fan of the two backs sometimes as well, just for that extra protection. You know, if you do want to call a pass play, you got that extra guy back there, because until this, you know, we'll get into the offensive line later, but until this line develops, you know, having an extra blocker in there sometimes for, you know, some of those pass plays makes a huge difference to give Jackson another second or two to let his guys come open.
Here's Tatum again. So he makes the first person miss. Makes the first person miss, get another 5 or 6 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Make the first person miss, get more yards. Tatum was really impressive out of that first go around for first game.
Yeah.
First game he suited up. He's out there. Look at this. I mean, just gets to the corner easy. That's future on future, and I was really impressed by Mike Hawkins too. That's why I put it in there twice.
If you don't think we're not going to run some wildcat and some plays similar to what you just saw on there on that scoring play with Hawkins, he is a huge running threat. I guarantee you, we will be able to do some stuff.
He is very, very fast.
There's going to be plenty of packages for him. And I'm more than happy with our second, third team quarterback, you know, taking a pop every now and then instead of Arnold.
Yeah. Now I understand why his Michael Hawkins Sr. is like out there, like my guy's NFL guy. I mean, like he's on Twitter, just like he's going to the. He's been preparing this for his life. I could kind of see it.
Yeah,
I see it. I
have no issue with a really good second team guy, you know, making QB1, you know, kind of glance over his shoulder a little.
Like
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Quarterbacks hate it. They do not want no battle. They don't want no controversy. And some coaches don't want controversy either, but I like it.
And not a battle, just like, man, I need to perform, you know, week in and week out, or there's a guy sitting over there in the corner willing to take my place, you know. So I got no problem with that. So we've touched on, you know, several groups, wide receiver, you know, it's one of those deals. You mentioned it. We were already down. We were down 2 guys.
3.
Well, we're down 3 now with Farouk.
Yeah. So, I mean, Andrew was in there. He had some sick routes. They didn't send him. I didn't see him running down the field a lot. So he's getting eased into it. Mm-hmm. And then obviously JG is out for the season. And my favorite receiver, Farouk, is out for 8 weeks. So that's 3 of your 5. And I saw a quote by Brent Venables saying, you know, we didn't push the ball downfield because it was by design or something like that. And I was like, yeah, probably because you threw it to Hester deep and he dropped it. And then you threw it to Brennan Thompson and the spacing and the timing was all off. Like JFA probably, I mean, it didn't look like he underthrew it, like he was expecting him to undercut it or something. And, you know, Brennan Thompson to me is not an X. I don't think he's got the length and the height to be an X out there by himself. I think he needs to be more inside receiver. He needs to take more advantage of the middle of the field and get some short area quickness, or getting some trip sets with him and Burks inside and have him run up. But it just felt off, and it makes sense. You know, 3 guys out of your top 5 are out. So Nick Anderson comes back, and Andrew
Yep.
gets a little bit healthier, gets more and more confident. Coaches are confident. He's confident. Let's go. Get him full speed. And then we're going to need receivers, man.
Yeah.
Tennessee's
Yeah.
scoring. I know our
Yeah.
defense is awesome, but they're going to
Yeah.
score. So we're going to have to answer.
As long as we can, get to the point where we're throwing out, Nick Andrell and Burks. Ideally, that's who you want to see out on the field to start a game for the most part. Um, one thing we really didn't mention it. How much do we miss Stoops in games like that? Just the
Yeah.
guy, to catch every ball thrown his way.
Well,
And I'm not saying we're not comparing Burks to Stoops. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm talking about a guy, just another trustworthy guy
I
besides your outside guys, just to make those
yeah.
plays. So
I think Burks is going to be that guy because I think they're really slow playing Burks' route tree right now. So let me show you some of his touchdowns here. So and some of his routes. So he mostly just caught Y crosses and landmarks and screens. Landmarks meaning run to the pylon. Y cross, run from hash to hash, and screens. Where you and I both looked at Purdue, he's got a way bigger route tree than that. So I think they're really slow playing what they're doing with Burks. So here he is. He's just sitting on the hash, and he's just gonna go hash to hash. That's it. Just a Y cross. I mean, this guy's just flying out. This guy's going deep. I mean, there's no safety back here, so it's just a hash to hash Y cross. Super elementary. I mean, every high school team in the country is running this play. Temple just decided not to defend it.
yeah, I saw the
Easy
same
pitch and
play, and
catch.
I saw the same play in the Tennessee game.
So here he is again. Hash mark. This is just a landmark route. He's just running to this back pylon way back here. He's just get a vertical stem, stab, and go outside. Oop, let's go outside. There it is. No safety help. There's no safety help. They put 8 guys in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No safety. Everyone's megged up. Megging everywhere he goes. Just pitch and catch. I mean, Temple was daring them to do it. They were like, you're going to have to throw it to beat us. Here's another look at it. Vertical stem. Get out. Stab. Run to the pylon. Easy. Here's another one. Kind of near the hash mark, but same thing. He's just running to a landmark. Whoop.
Yeah,
Easy pitch and catch.
yeah,
I mean, that was, and then this is one of the things about Arnold that he needs to be I would, we would call discipline. So he's now thrown 2 touchdowns to Burks. This is literally the same route that he's going to be running to the field side. And I feel like Arnold kind of lasered eye, like focused in on Burks. He's running like the same route. He's running a landmark over here to this side. I mean, it's the same route as the previous touchdown. And like I said, I think one of the cons of, discipline as a quarterback, young quarterback, you've thrown 2 touchdowns to Burks. You got to look at, your other options. And you'll see this slant come peeking inside. Boom, there it is. All that space. Instead, he takes the harder outside route. If he had waited just a second, he would have seen that open up, and he would have had an easy touchdown there.
yeah, yeah,
But I think they're slow playing. I think they're slow playing
yeah. And
Burks.
and again, I wasn't comparing Stoops to Burke so much as just we had all those, between Nick Anderson and Gibson and Anthony and Stoops last year. We just had sure-handed guys out there at all times. So my point is, Burks is one of those guys. So we just didn't have the other guys. We needed that from
Right.
Hester and Thompson and everybody else that was out there. And that's
Yeah.
where we missed. That's where we missed a Stoops, is that possession guy. I was also going to say, Venables saying we didn't have long passes down the field by design. I'm going to say, and I don't think too many people are saying this enough. We actually didn't have a ton of opportunities to do that because the defense gave us short fields over and over and over again. You
Yep.
know, we had a 10-yard field, a 40-yard field, a 50-yard field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There just wasn't an opportunity to throw 80-yard touchdowns
Yeah.
because of the defense. And we're not ever going to like say that's a problem, right?
Nope.
We'll take the short field all day long.
Yep. All day long. Yep.
So I think that was part of it. I also think that was part of the reason, we only had just short of 400 yards in total offense. I think we get a couple of big plays otherwise. I'm not making excuses for anything, but I think that played into it. When you get 5 turnovers and things like that, that happens. So we've talked about all the other positions. I think we need to get to that guy under center. JFA, what was your initial thoughts?
I think he was great. I think he was really great. I was nitpicking there on that last play. I mean, that's a play he's going to look and be like, oh, yeah, I should have did that. Okay, I'll do that. I mean, like, those are some really nitpicking stuff. But, man, he's very comfortable. He knows when to take off and get those extra yards. I don't know how you can play man on this team. I mean, you're not gonna be able to play straight up cover 7 like Alabama would like to do back in the day, or like any of those other uh, you know, turn your back, or any of those corners bail. Like, if he can take off and he could slip out of pressure, he's his legs. He used his legs a lot in this game.
More than I thought he would. Mm-hmm.
Like a lot more. What was his? Look up his stats. How much did he ran? Like 8, 9, 10 times?
Yeah, and what's funny, was that by design, or was that him scrambling and just kind of getting out?
No, there's some. Design
it looked like
stuff.
It was designed. So yeah, he had 11 carries for 34 yards.
Yeah, no, there. I would say
he was our leading rusher by 5 carries.
Nah, that's okay.
Did you hear me?
Like, yes,
did you hear me though?
That's weird, huh?
That's not good, right?
Well, I mean,
that's not good.
We'll talk about the O-line in another episode. Yeah. I know that's going to be a hot topic.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are concerned with the O-line, but Arnold's great, man. Like, we're not going to see any flaws in his game versus Temple. Like, versus Temple, we're not seeing any flaws. We're not going to see any flaws in Houston or in Tulane either. Like, there's nothing that we're going to be able to be like,
I think Tulane. Tulane will give him a little bit of something to have to think about a little bit. So,
are they any good?
They're just outside the top 25, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be conference play. It's going to be that game against I think Tim Banks and Tennessee, and what he does with under pressure with James Pierce Jr. and how the health of his receivers are going to probably dictate a lot of his production this year. I mean, we can't have any other receivers get hurt or banged up, man. No. But yeah, no, in Temple game he was perfect. Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, no, health of the receivers and the offensive line for that matter. I mean, I felt like we had, I don't know, we had four starters out or something between the O-line and the receivers, so we were running about half speed on that guy.
Yeah.
No, I thought he looked sharp. I thought his accuracy was great. I couldn't complain about his accuracy. I think there might have been one deep ball that he might have left a little short to Thompson that he kind of had to come back for. That one pass, I thought the pass to Hester was his best pass of the game.
Yeah, it was. That was that was in stride in the breadbasket. That
Burks pass was spot on too. So
yeah. No, I if I was going to take one, it would definitely be the J.J. Hester pass. Mm-hmm. It was right there, over the shoulder, right in the breadbasket. Like that was a great throw. Great throw. No, he's going to be a good one. He's a real deal.
Yeah, he is. He did what he needed to do Friday night. Just not turning the ball over and putting them in bad spots or anything like that. That's all you could ask for out of him. And his stats, he was 17 for 25, but in my opinion, he was really about 20 for 25 because there were some blatant drops.
Right.
So 20 for 25, 80% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 141 passing yards. Again, he was given short fields, so I think that played a big role into those passing yards not being a lot higher. So, yeah, I was very pleased with his play against Temple.
Yeah,
Now
looking
I
good.
want to see what he can do with you know full talent tree out there with Andrell, Nick Anderson, Burks, Sharp, all those guys. What this offense can actually look like. And we said we'll get into the O line here in a little bit, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops, especially after seeing a really good, productive game one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Let's
Yeah,
wrap this up.
yeah, no. Hey, please like, subscribe, comment. We love to hear from you. We appreciate all the support out there. Uh, we're planning on just steamrolling through this season, just cranking stuff out left and right with all this game content. So
Yeah, yeah.
Rob's the guy when it comes to game content. So appreciate it. Until next time, Boomer Sooner.